Hey guys, really cool product we have here today. This is the Sunday Living Evaporative Fan. This is not like your regular fan. These are super cool. I'm gonna get this out of the box and explain to you how this works and why this is way better than just your standard fan that's blowing air on you. This thing's awesome. Let's get this thing opened up and check it out. All right, so here it is out of the box. Nice looking, very simple design. Just this cube here with this pass-through fan, which is pretty cool. We'll try this out here in a second. You get 6 ice packs. So these you're just going to fill with water. They have some type of powder in there. I guess that's going to be like a freezing gel. Then you can freeze these, and this is just going to make it run a little cooler. I'll show you here in a second. You get a screwdriver and a remote to control it if you don't want to use the controls that are right on top. So not exactly sure how all the modes work. We'll work through that here and figure that out here, but just to nerd out for a second, evaporative fans are really cool. They work very differently than your standard fan. Your standard fan will cool you down by just blowing the air across your skin, which blows the heat off of your skin. So your body's always at whatever 98 degrees, and so it's releasing heat through your skin constantly. And if there's no wind, it just sort of floats away. That's why you get hot when there's no wind. And if it is really windy, it can actually cool you down because it's blowing that heat off your skin faster. The way these work, it blows to cool you down, but it also has an evaporative feature in it. So what happens is when water passes by and the air evaporates that water, it takes energy to change water from a liquid to a gas to evaporate it. So it's not actually spraying water out, it's spraying air that has a higher moisture content because it evaporated the water. And what happens, it takes energy to evaporate the water, and so the only place to get the energy is from the temperature of the air. So what happens is it will actually lower the temperature of the air a couple degrees in order to evaporate the water. It's just how science works, but it's really cool. It does work best when the air is dry, so it can evaporate it easier. If it's really humid where you live, the evaporative feature doesn't work. It's going to actually not evaporate very well. It'll probably just be throwing a slight mist out, and it won't be quite as cool. We'll try this out here in a second, but just thought you might find that interesting how it works. It does actually cool the temperature of the air, unlike a regular fan. So, all right, we're going to get this thing plugged in. All right, so you get about a 5-foot cord here. So if you want to cool the water, they give you these ice packs. So you can drop one in the top here. So there's a small compartment up here. And then there's a larger compartment in the back here that you can fill up with water and then drop a couple of these in to cool it down once you have it. You don't have to use these, but it will make the air coming out a little cooler. So I'm gonna get some water in here. Oh, the reason there's 2 compartments. So it's actually gonna suck water up the side here, dump it in the top, and then it trickles down the side here. And as this vortex is shooting air out, it takes some of that water, moisture evaporates it, shoots the cool air out the front here. So I'm gonna get a little water in here. We'll turn this thing on, figure out what these different modes are. All right, real quick before I turn this on, I also want to point out they have a filter, which is like a 2-stage filter, which is really nice because you can actually remove this. They send the screwdriver along, clean it out, put it back in. So you always know that this thing is actually blowing clean air on you and not just blowing dust around your house. On the top here, you get controls as well as the remote either way. So we hit the on button here. So this will work as a regular fan and just blow air out. It's kind of cool. You can feel the air shooting out from the ring, which is nice. But the cooling feature is where it's going to add that evaporative air onto it. So hit that. It's going to start circulating some moisture. I don't have the ice packs in, but it will use the science we talked about earlier to still cool the air down, make you feel cooler. So I have it on high now. You can probably hear it. It's got a nice hum to it on the high mode, and it is evaporating the water. So obviously you don't see any mist or anything because it's fully evaporating it, and there's just cool air. I mean, it almost feels like an air conditioner. It's wild. It's really amazing. And this is just with warm tap water. I didn't even use cold water. It'd be even colder with cold water, but it literally feels cold blowing out of this, which is really cool. I'll turn off the moisture feature so it'll stop circulating the water. And then now it just feels more like a fan, which is really neat. But keep in mind, the drier the air is, the better this works because it really just evaporates it really quick. But you don't need to worry about this blowing a mist. Let me turn this down. Definitely can move some air. So now it's on the low mode. Nice and quiet. Way quieter than an air conditioner, that's for sure. You don't need to worry about this blowing a mist on your house. It's not doing that. There's no actual water coming out. What's coming out is a higher moisture content air because it evaporated the water. It's not shooting mist out. It's not like you're at a amusement park and they're cooling you off with a little mister. All right, so there's 3 different wind modes, which I'm not exactly sure the difference. I think it changes the like type of air coming out, like if it's steady, regular wind. Oh, interesting. What just happened? Okay, so there's the air modes change like the type of air, so it's gonna actually cycle between different wind pressures and things like that, or you can just turn it on the steady wind and that just blows steady air. It seems like on like there's like an outdoor air, obviously outside wind changes a little bit, so I think they try to simulate that. There's also a timer on it, which is really cool. You can set it for, let's see, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, and so it'll just run for that length of time and then shut off, maybe for your kid going to bed, help keep them cool. I mean, the design is nice. It's relatively simple. You got a flat surface on top here, and you just put water in the back, and if you want to, you can use it as a regular fan if you want to. So I'm super excited to have this evaporative fan. It's a really cool piece of technology that uses science to cool the air, to help keep you cool, help keep your house cool. It's gonna be great in these hot summer days that are coming up. So if you're looking for a way to stay cool, this evaporative fan is a really great option.